It's day 2 at the PBA Players Championship in Jackson, Michigan. Competitors have 8 more games of qualifying before we cut to the top 86 players. Players are once again competing on the demanding 37-foot Don Carter oil pattern. Packy needs a big day to make the first cut. Let's see if he and the boys can crack the top 86.
Today we have partnered with Geology to bring you this sponsored video. Guys, I've always known about the importance of a skincare routine, but I didn't exactly know where to start, which is where Geology came in. Geology creates simple and effective skincare and hair care routine customized just for you with ingredients that are proven to work. Bonuses, they made it ridiculously easy for me to start a routine. All I had to do was take a 60-second online quiz and tell them about my skincare goals. They took all that information, developed a personalized routine, and boom, the product showed up to my door. They got plans for people with oily skin, dry skin, anti-aging routines. It seems like they got it all. For someone who hasn't done a lot of this stuff, this one literally says step number 1. Could it get any easier? The simplicity and effectiveness is why they have over 10,000 5-star reviews, which to me is insane. If you're interested in better skin, use my code BOWLING70 and get 70% off your personalized skincare trial set, plus a free gift of your choosing. And on top of that, there's also that 50% off add-ons waiting for you. That's BOWLING70 at checkout, geology.com. Geology products are also available at Amazon and at Target. Now let's get back into bowling. All right, here's the thing. I saw some posts on Facebook that made me a little bit frustrated. There's people complaining left side, right side, all of it. And I'll give my little take on it. I think there's always an opportunity to finish 30th in a tournament. To preface it, no lefties ended up making the cash line. A couple lefties made the first cut, not many. None of them made the top 43, which was the number to actually cash. So obviously the left side was extremely hard, and I'm not saying that it wasn't. I bowled horrendous myself. However, what I am saying is there's always an opportunity to make the cash line. Maybe not on the left side, always an opportunity to win the tournament itself, but there's always an opportunity to, let's say, finish like 30th. It might mean you got to make all your spares. It might mean you got to make a split or two along the way. It might mean that there's not a whole lot of room for mistakes. However, if you take a different strategy or a different game plan and it works perfectly along the way, there's always a chance to finish 30th. That might be the equivalent to winning on the left side of the lane, but I do think there's always a strategy, there's always a game plan, there's always a mindset or a spare game or an ability to make great shots that would have gotten you to inside the cash line. Might not win, might not be able to be good enough to finish 10th, but there's always a spot that could get you into the cut. Again, like I said, might not be up top, but it could be 30th. And that was, an hour and a half practice session of practicing on the pattern, trying different things yesterday. I think what I saw was I could have played a little further left, harder, straighter. But that's just me. And for all the guys who made the cut, awesome bowling. I wish I could have been there. Wish I could have been in that cut. Trying to prove those lefties wrong, but there's always a spot for you to get in. It just might be a little harder some weeks than others. And this week, it was hard, but never impossible. Now let's get back into the bowling.
After 16 games of qualifying, 20-year-old Ethan Fiore led the way, averaging 233. Dean Vargo from Ohio sits in second, averaging 230. Patrick Dombrowski is once again in the mix, sitting in third, averaging 225. Arturo Quintero stayed in the top 5, sitting in fourth, averaging 225. House guest Ryan Barnes from the YouTube channel Barnesy Bowling cracked the top 5, shooting 299 in game 14 and averaging 224. Anthony Simonson sits in 10th. Jason Belmonte moved up a few spots to 17th. EJ Tackett showed that every now and then he is human, missing the cut at the Players' Championship. As for the house, Chris Vi, Boog, Nick, Darren, and Mitch advanced through the first cut. Nick shot 300 in game 13 to help him move from 47th to 27th place. It took an average of 206.25 over 16 games to make the first cut. Advancers will now bowl 8 more games before we cut the field to the top 43.
I missed the cut, Kevin missed the cut, but we got a bunch of boys in from Mitch, Boog, Chris Vi, Darren, Tang, a bunch of the squads in, so we're here cheering them on, rooting them on, and ready for 8 more games to try and make the top 43, which is really the cash line. They already made a cut, but they didn't cash everybody who's in the cut yet. So right now, these guys are in the top 86, trying to get to the top 43, and all of those guys will cash. Let's get to bowling. We're here to make moves.
We're here to make moves.
And practice at the break.
It hooked a mile. Did you see that? Chris Vi, key to the city, Springfield, U.S. Open.
That was a good shot. I think he just threw it bad. Can't take Boog serious when he fries out because he's such a little guy, so it's such a little fry out. Like it's not gonna ever hurt a bat by kicking it. It looks funny. It's like a temper tantrum because he looks like a kid.
distribution is Mitch is probably right on the cut number. He's going to need about 210, 220 to make this cut. He had a monster middle section of the block, and he's kind of been bouncing around even the last couple games. So he's going to need another decent one to finish and hopefully make the cut to the top 43.
Way too slow. Good down.
First two were nice though.
The first one, the 5 into the 4 into the 7. That was big.
Ethan Fiore maintained his lead through the advancers round, averaging 232. Kevin McCune moved into second, averaging 225 overall. Simonson is looking to make his second major telecast in a row and had an excellent block to move into third. Nick had 5 games over 240 and jumped from 27th to 4th. Belmo also had a good block and moved from 17th to 5th. As for the house, Nick, Chris, and Boog all currently cracked the top 16, and Darren also made the cut, sitting at 35th. Unfortunately, Mitch missed the second cut by 8 pins. It took an average of 212.92 over 24 games to make the second cut. The top 43 bowlers all cashed a check at the Players' Championship and will bowl 8 more games before we cut to the top 16 players for match play.
Worries me.
Pops up.
Yeah, it's just so low.
Maybe the left leg.
I think I can be in the same spot. I'm just slowly gearing down because it's
Correct.
getting closer and closer.
There you go. Yeah, but he's no Timmy Mack.
Well, listen, that's his rev rate right now is about 562. He's catching every bit of it.
Banana hook, shipped right. It's what you're supposed to be doing right now.
I know, but that was ridiculous.
After 32 games, Ethan Fiore remains in first and extended his lead to over 150 pins. Kevin McCune remains in second, averaging 223 overall. Simonson is still in third and looking to make a big run in match play. Quintero had a good block and jumped back into the top 5, sitting in fourth, averaging 221. Nick sits in 5th and he's looking for a great run in match play to make his second telecast of the season. Former Wichita State teammates Alec Keplinger, TJ Rock, and Ryan Barnes sit in 6th, 7th, and 8th. Tim Foy Jr. is continuing his excellent season, sitting in 9th. Chris Vi is in 10th and Boog is in 11th. Belmo, Andrew Anderson, Patrick Dombrowski, Stu Williams, and Jason Sterner round out the top 16. They took an average of 216.91 over 32 games to make the top 16. These players will now compete in 16 games of round-robin match play. For every match a player wins, they get to add 30 bonus pins to their total. After match play, the 5 through 9 seeds will advance to a prelim stepladder that will be televised on Saturday, April 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1. The winner from that stepladder will advance to the final stepladder on April 13th on Fox at 12 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching, and please tune in this weekend to support professional bowling.